Hello guys, welcome to Ikra Technology. Today we will see array to function. So in Java, array to function refers to passing an array as an argument to a function. Do you understand? This allows the function to operate on the elements of the array. When you pass an array to a function, you are essentially giving that function access to the elements of the array, enabling it to perform operations like reading, modifying, or analyzing those elements. Okay, so here you have a basic structure how we use a array in a function. So first we declare our function, or you can say our method, and inside that we declare our array on which we have to work. You understand how we use array as a parameter? Okay, we define array as a parameter giving the local variable here. Okay, and after defining function, if we want to access it by using the name of the function, we use the name of the array on which we want to perform this function. Did you understand how we use array in a function, or you can say in a method? And here for example we have two scenarios here. First here where it is given that write a program to create a method named display car parts. Okay, means we are creating a method, means the function named display car parts, that takes an array of a string as a parameter and prints each element of the array to the console. Okay, so to print each element of the array we use for each loop, as you know. And first we have to define a method or function, you can say, and after that we want to call that function in our main method. Okay, so as you can see here we have an example here where we have first created a function, or you can say method, as a name display car parts, and then we have given a local variable list of parts which is a string and array. Okay, string array list of parts, this is given as a parameter. Okay, means you can, this is not a real name of the array, this is a local variable. Okay, in main method you can give the name of the variable on which we want to perform this operation. Okay, so like here you can see we have a printing statement where we are printing car parts for better understanding, and then we are printing the parts of the car. Like here we have used for each loop where we have used a part as a local variable for every elements of the array, and then the name of the array whatever is there. Okay, like here we have list of parts as our local array name, and here also we have that name. Okay, and then we are printing the parts of each array elements one by one. Do you understand? And see, in the main method we have an array named car part list. Okay, so now we will replace this local array variable name to the real array name we have. Like here we have car part list, so we will replace that to the name of the array we want. Okay, like here we want car part list. Okay, so if I will run this, you will get our output like car parts, which is a string we want to print in the console. Here we have given a car part, and after that we want every elements of the array. So we have engine, sensor and starter. Engine, sensor and starter. We will see this in our Eclipse IDE. And let's also see the second scenario we have. So here it is written that create the Java program that calculates and displays the sum of any three numbers using a method named sum. Okay, so we will give three array elements and then we will make sum of it. So you can see we have created a method named sum, or you can also say function basically. So we have sum, static int sum. So we have used static, so we don't have to create the instance of that. And then we have used values as a parameter. Okay, which is integer data type. Okay, integer array values. And after that we have defined a variable int sum which is 0, which this is for initialization. Okay, and then using the for each loop again we are accessing every element and then making sum of it. Okay, so this sum will plus equals to the number. Okay, numbers are the elements of the array. Okay, so this is our local array name, and this is our local variable of the elements of that array. Okay, and after that we are returning the sum, so it will all return this sum. And as we know, it will not print in the console, so we have to use system.println. Okay, so next we have defined a array which is integer data type, and name of that is values, which have 2, 4, 8 as a value. Okay, and then we have int value of sum. This is a variable. Value of sum is the name of the variable and int is the data type. And then we have used our method, okay, which is sum, and then we have used the name of the array which is values. So it will calculate the sum, but it will not print in the console. Okay, To print this in console, we use our printing statement, and inside that we use that variable to print that. Okay, so 8 plus 4 will be 12 and 12 plus 2 will be 14. So we have our output 14. So let us quickly see this both the examples in our Eclipse IDE. See, we have a class array2 function. Okay, inside that we have taken our method, and then in the main method we are printing it. So as we have seen in detailed explanation there only, so we have created a method, okay, which is public static, so we can access it directly without creating an instance of it. And then we have used a local array name, which is list of part. And first we are printing our car parts as a string, and then we are using for each loop to access every elements of the array. Do you understand how it works, accessing array as a parameter? And see, in main method we have our array, which is car part list, and we are using the method, or you can say function, basically display parts here, and with the name of the array we want. Okay, here we have the local array. Okay, means this is the local array which is not specified. This is for imagination to the method that here a array will come which will be of this type. Okay, and then we have our car part list here, which is our array, and then we are using that name of the array on which we have to work. So here we will work on car part list, which is engine, sensor and starter, and before we have to print the car parts. So if I will run this, you will see first car parts and then every elements of the array, which are sensor, engine and starter. Okay, you understand? And next we will see our second example. So first let me comment this out. We comment this method, we comment the execution of the method and the name of the array, and then we will uncomment this. Wait a second, we'll uncomment this and the above method of that. So see, we have used the static int, okay, sum, and we are returning the sum here. So as we can, as you know, we have used int. Okay, to use return we have to use the data type here, okay, function. Okay, so we have used int here. If we don't have any data type, so we use void. Okay, so we have used int and then returning it, and you can see here the name of the function is sum. Okay, and we are using integer array as a local array values, and then we have defined a variable int sum, which is 0. This is used for initialization, and after that we have used for each loop to get every element and add it. Okay, so sum will be sum plus equals to the number, means every number of array, every elements of the array. Okay, and then we are returning it, we are not printing it directly. Okay, so you can see here we have int array values, which is 248, and then we are creating a variable named int value of sum, and then inside that we are using our name of the function, and then the name of the array on which we want to work. Okay, means on which we want sum of all the elements of the array. So we have used a variable here to basically get the output, and if you don't want to use a variable, you can directly use it here in the printing statement also. I will show you first. Let us see this. So after that we are calling that variable into the, we are calling the values in the printing statement. So if I will run this, so you can see the output is 14 here. Okay, and if you want to directly use that, so we will use the sum function here. So sum, inside that we will give the name of the array, which is values values. I will comment this line. If I will run this, we will see our output as a 14 again. Okay, so this is all about array2 function, and here below we have some tasks, okay, which you have to practice so that you can understand better. Okay, so today we saw array2 function in Java. Thank you.